Welcome to Song Interpretations. This song is by request. It comes to me from Drew Groove. Now, Drew and I have been internet friends since the MySpace days, and I feel like it's really starting to mean something to both of us. This is an old song, but it was in a hot movie this summer, so it's kind of a funny, time capsule. So let's do it. I was tired of my lady. We've been together too long. Like a worn-out recording of a favorite song. Okay, now, we used to record music by analog, and that meant that a musician would play something in front of a robot, and that robot would take a magnet and touch it to tape in a way that reminded it of the song. And then it would be distributed either on cassette tape or on vinyl. Both of these things would degrade. It would wear out. Cassette tape would get quieter and quieter until finally the tape would stretch out and then it would snap. And then vinyl, if you played the same song over and over again, it would develop little pops and snaps and noises in it. And those would become part of your version of that song. They would be part of your, what's in your head. And then you would hear the song at a party or at a, on the radio, and it would be a little different than your version. Now everything is recorded digitally. It all sounds just alike all the time. And they compress it to shit so that it can fit on your phone, because that's important. And in the end, everything kind of winds up sounding the same. People, I think, use the things that sound good after they get compressed. So every song sounds the same. So everything is shouting and hand claps, So in this way, we see that digital music has taken us back to caveman music. So while she lay there sleeping, I read the paper in bed. And in the personal column, there was this letter I read. If you like Pina Coladas, that's a popular children's drink. Getting caught in the rain. If you're not into yoga, if you have half a brain, if you like making love at midnight in the dunes of the Cape, I'm the love that you look for. Write to me and escape. Okay, this is hard to imagine, young people, but before we had internet dating, people would sometimes take out personal ads for themselves in the newspaper, just like they were selling golf clubs or a washing machine. And they would say things about themselves like, I have brown hair, and I like Woody Allen movies and Italian food. And they would just hope that that would resonate with another person. There would be no pictures. People would write back and forth. Eventually, they would meet in public, and they would have to say things like, I'll wear a carnation in my hair, or I have an obvious hair lip. Now, dating is much more there's no details about what you like, what you've done, who you are. It's just you send pictures of your face and genitals to people. Face and genitals, face and genitals, face and genitals. And then eventually you meet. Now the thing is that people on the computer, or pre-computer dating, when people were putting papers in ads in papers, they would sometimes actually meet and date and get married. And these days no one can even be monogamous, because you just can't shut the door on all those other pictures of faces and genitals that you could be exposed to, I guess. I guess that's it. So I wrote to the paper, took out a personal ad. And though I'm nobody's poet, I thought it wasn't half bad. Yes, I like Pina Coladas, getting caught in the rain. No, I'm not into yoga. I am champagne. Here we mean California sparkling wine. I got to meet you by tomorrow noon. Cut through all this red tape at a bar called O'Malley's, where we'll plan our escape. Okay, now first things first. If you're this sort of person, just go to an Irish bar and start drinking at noon. You're gonna meet somebody. You don't have to put out a personal ad. So here we are. What happens to these people? So I waited with high hopes. Then she walked in the place. I knew her smile in an instant. I knew the curves of her face. It was my own lovely lady. And she said, oh, it's you. And we laughed for a minute. And I said, I never knew. What are you laughing about exactly? Here's what happens. You're sitting in there, she walks in, and you realize, oh, she's trying to fuck around on me, and she realizes he's trying to fuck around on me. You're both mad. Like, just the fact that you both fucked up doesn't mean you're not angry. Like, that's not how emotions work. They don't cancel each other out. Best case scenario, she walks in, and you say, oh my God, you were trying to fuck around on me. And she says, no, I wasn't. I wrote that ad as a trap. Honey, we're soulmates. I know what makes you tick. I know that you want to screw somebody in the sand and drink a caloric 70s beverage. And then she says, I was testing you. I was testing your love. And then you can say, oh, I was testing you too. And she says, fuck you. You're not that smart. And then you would have to admit, no, I'm not. So please note that the whole song they've spent talking about how all they want to do is drink and they don't want to exercise or eat healthy. And essentially what you're dealing with is two fat, lazy, disloyal drunks who frankly deserve each other. So that's why we're happy at the end of the song when they get back together. Seriously, if what you are into is having sex on the beach and you find someone who likes that, you stick with that person because that can be very unpleasant. You found something special. Don't let it go. Fat drunks, fat disloyal, newspaper ad placing drunks. Stick with it. Come on. Neither of you are going to live that long. Live it up. Thank you for joining me.